Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 206. Today I've got some sprints, some hang snatches, some bounding, and a little bit of front lever at the end of the workout for you. This workout, for the sprints being the main sort of focus of the workout, the main sort of meat and potatoes. For the variety, I decided that instead of doing different types of starts, the forward roll start, backflip start, curved sprinting, I decided that I would do variation in the distance. So for the first set of 3 sprints, I decided that I would do 10 meters. Second set of 3, decided that I'd do 20 meters. And then the third set of 3, I decided that I would do, second set of 3, I did 15 meters, and the third set I did 20 meters. So just increasing the distance by 5 meters each time so that I have more distance to accelerate essentially. And then working on just longer and longer distance of acceleration. That added some nice variety in there, made the sprints fun, which is probably the most important thing. And it also enabled me to work on my start, because the start of the sprint, when you are accelerating and you're trying to increase your speed and at the fastest rate, so you're going from like a dead stop to then trying to accelerate to your top speed as fast as possible, that is when you have the highest power output, if I'm not mistaken. So you have the highest power output of the lower body, and you also have the greatest joint angles that the legs are working through. So it's useful to be able to train both top end speed and acceleration sprints, because they train slightly different qualities. I've mentioned this in the past. So when you do more extended sprints, so I'm sort of thinking maybe 30 meters plus, you're working more on the elastic qualities of the legs, because the joint angles aren't that great and you're just sort of rebounding off the floor, utilizing mostly momentum to keep you going, hence using the elastic qualities of the tendons and the muscles. But when you do acceleration sprinting, is a lot more strength and power focused, more towards the strength and higher force area of the force velocity curve. Whereas obviously top end speed, higher speed sprinting is at the further towards the speed end of the force velocity curve. So that was my thinking for doing 3 different distances on the sprinting. All of those would be considered more strength focused, strength and power focused, sort of the 10 to 20 meter range. But those are the areas that I think I need to work on the most. Anyway, moving on, I decided that hang snatches were going to be the primary movement for the weightlifting today. I haven't done cleans in a while, and I feel like I probably have been neglecting them a little bit recently, and I am going to have to revamp my training and get a new program, because there's only so long I'm going to be able to do this going off program, and it is getting a little bit sort of energetically draining, I guess you could say, because I have to think about what I'm going to do every single session rather than having it pre-laid out for me. Or maybe there could be some way that I could combine auto-regulation of my own training with a program, so that there's a little bit of flexibility in the approach that I have to the training, but it's still a structured weekly or monthly program. And that's something I'm going to have to work out for myself. Because it's gotten to the point where I can run other people's programs, but I quite like writing them for myself, and I know exactly what I need to be working on. So only I am going to be able to write a program that incorporates calisthenics, weightlifting, vertical jump training, strength training, and all the other things that I'm interested in with building my athleticism up. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be tricky, but it's not an easy thing to become an athlete and become athletic in all of these domains. So it's going to be difficult to write the program, but it'll be worth it once I've reached an advanced level and all the skills and all of the athletic qualities that I'm trying to develop in myself. Hang snatch doubles with 80 kilos. I think I did 4 sets of 2. Well, I was aiming to get 4 sets of 2 because I've sent a bunch of my weights away to my friend in Scotland, because I am moving up to Scotland at the end of this month. I've given him a bunch of the smaller weights, the 10 and 5 kilo plates. So it basically meant that I had to do a big jump from 60 to 80, which isn't a jump that I'd usually do. I'd usually do 60, 70, 80, but just meant that I took a few more attempts at 80 to find my groove and get the form right. Then finishing up here with some front levers. Front lever is still progressing quite nicely. I'm finding that greasing the groove, just doing a little bit more every day, is helping. Every time I walk past my pull-up bar, doing a little bit more front lever. All right, that is pretty much it for today's workout, guys. Really appreciate the views and the comments. Really enjoying doing these workouts, and I'm glad that I get to share them with you. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will be able to catch you in the next one.